Kia ora. Welcome to my morning ramble, Friday the 21st of October 2022. Slept in a bit this morning, which is actually kind of nice after getting up kind of early and putting the dog out multiple times during the night, as one does. So it's just a thing. She seems quite happy to be roaming around at the moment, which is nice. I'm going to try and keep these a little bit shorter moving forward. I know that's I've said that before, and it's a lofty ambition, but I'm sure you don't want me to, have to wade through, for those that are watching, 20 minutes of ramble every morning about, like a good Seinfeld show, about nothing at all. Dawn's inside doing some permaculture research, as one does. She's already done a bunch of courses, and has been involved with some of the permaculturalists over the years, and various, in fact, almost over the decade actually. So, helping out on forums and stuff like that. So she's kind of been involved, and I think she's pretty excited about actually, having some room and space to do some, I'm going to say hardcore permaculture. As opposed to what we had on our homestead back in Ohio. Kira, come here. Come on. When the dog decides to play on the road, that's not a good thing. So she's busy boning up on dog bone pun. Get it? All right. Okay. Welcome to the dad joke zone. Boning up on some permaculture stuff, and that's actually pretty cool. So while I was waking up this morning, as one does, in that half phase before you leap out of bed going, oh my God, is it that late? And by late, we're only talking about 8:30 in the morning, so late is a relative thing. But, given sunrise is pretty early, that's losing a couple of hours of daylight for doing stuff, so there is that. And that's really kind of what I wanted to ramble about, was changes in routine and making use of time. Sorry about the sun there. It's the downside of videoing at this hour. Kira, come on. And making use of time. So I'm just going to stay in the rise. So our routines have basically changed quite markedly, and yet they haven't. If that sounds like a bit of an oxymoron or a yin-yang thing. The fact of the matter is, I have a full-time job and I work. Because of the nature of my work, I do four-day weeks. So ostensibly 10-hour days, Monday to Thursday. In reality, they're usually longer than that. So at the moment, with the days being what they are, I start work at sunrise, very close to, and frog and throat, and then by the time I'm finished work, it's pretty much dark. So not a lot of scope to do really much at all. And then after that, from our routine perspective, I don't know about yours. I mean, everyone's different. After I finish work, I'm basically cooking dinner for us both, and then we'll usually chillax and watch an episode of Blacklist or something, or whatever happens to be on Netflix Prime that we decide to watch, and and let's be honest, they usually finish with a cliffhanger, so you're probably going to watch too. And then we just sort of catch up on general administration, and then it's pretty much rinse and repeat. So that's my routine, and that's largely been that way anyway, and probably will continue to be that way for Mondays to Thursdays. Doesn't leave a lot of time for doing anything really on those 4 weekdays, simply because of the reality of daylight hours. In summer it's a little different, because there's a little more time kind of before and after, but really that's pretty much me personally done Monday to Thursdays. Dawn, however, she has the freedom, I guess, at the moment, because she's between jobs, of spending some time doing some stuff. However, that's balanced out at the moment by the fact that we're coming into colder weather, so and we have tight budgets, so there is a limitation as to what we can and cannot do. So definite changes to routine, some changes to timings and what we can achieve within those particular timings, and that kind of leaves us to the weekends. And the weekends for us are combined, because neither of us are working. Well, I am technically this weekend, but that's an exception to the rule. But usually, generally speaking, Fridays to Sundays are kind of our 3 full days. So Dawn's more the outdoorsy, get shit done, GSD kind of person in our marriage, and I'm into computers and things. Kira, come on. Kira, come on. Dog has found something interesting. This is the perils of taking the dog for a walk with you when you're doing your ramble. You've got to keep half an eye on her because she's developed a habit of running off into the woods. And we're a little concerned that she may not come back one day. We shall see. Anyway, where was I going with this? Routine and times and timing. So it comes down then to, making good use of each other's respective skills and what you actually do. And then on top of that, we're still in relatively confined conditions compared to where we came out of. It's not to say that we're in each other's pocket. Well, I guess we are kind of in each other's pockets because, hey, you're right there. Oh, hey, you're right there too. That's just trailer life, and that is definitely a thing. And I'm sure it was the bane of many a marriage or relationship during the lockdowns for those couples that had never been living in each other's pockets, shall we say, and then were forced to by mandates, and then found that they really couldn't handle it. But we're not that couple, so thankfully we're both happy to create our own little personal spaces if we need to, and we don't really have any issues in that respect. Or maybe I spoke too soon. Who knows? But anyway, I don't think there will be any challenges. So anyway, so what I'm coming to is what is our new routine, and there's some stuff that I want to do that I'd alluded to as a side hustle gig. I hate that term hustle again. I used it. Kira, come on. And I'm going to have to carve some time to do that, and some of that may be in the weekends, just simply because it's sunny and expedient, and I like to work in a more lighted environment. And the other side of it is there we go. There she is. I think she went full circle right round the homestead. And the other part of it is whenever you're changing what you're doing and you're adding new elements to it, particularly those that are actually intended to generate some revenue. And I'll talk about this in a separate ramble, and possibly even in a how-to series on publishing, because this is a publishing venture. It requires planning, because I've learned the hard way that you need to have a plan, and you need to make sure that you at least adhere generally to the plan, because you need that guide to do the next phase, which is the focus to achieve those steps. And the focus involves dedicated time, carving out dedicated time and then actually using it for the purpose. So it's much like work. In fact, it is work. I mean, let's face it. But you basically determine what you're doing and then you get on with it. And then, you know, some extra time will have to get carved out later for other stuff, for marketing and promotion and revisiting the plan and inevitably taxes and all those things. So I will expand a little more on that once I've actually got this thing probably kicked off, and I'll talk a little bit more about it, and then you'll go, oh my God, you're insane. And I'll go, yep, quite probably. But at least I have a smile on my face. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. That's my ramble for the day. I'm going to get on with it. And yeah, hope you all have a good one. Good Friday. And ramble again tomorrow. Ciao for now. Bye.